you fail to adhere to the safety precautions or the safe operating procedures of your company when you are doing your technician work, what will happen is automatically they call the CEO. That is what we call vicarious liability. Vicarious liability, any problem that has been committed by the employee, it automatically goes to the employer. Then the employer has to answer now and say, no, this is what I have in place. This employee, I have inducted him. Induction was done. This is proof of induction. Policy and procedures were explained to him. This is a proof of him attending the training of policies and procedure. So he really knows what he was supposed to do. Then it means now you can otherwise face civil liability as an employee, or you can face criminal liability as an employee. So in company, if we fail to adhere to the legislation, both people are involved, employee and the employer. The employer, if he or she is found guilty, is liable to pay 100,000 fine or 2 years in prison or both. And an employee, if he is found guilty, he is liable to pay 50,000 penalty and 1 year in prison or both. So everyone is liable for his own acts. So that is why a company, as part of the administrative control, gives you training. So as soon as you are trained and become competent, it means you really understand the nature of the legislation. So failing to adhere to the legislation is an offense, which we say that you can now be apprehended because of your actions. Are you getting it? So Section 8 is the duties of the employer. Then if we go to Section 24, Section 24 is reporting of incidents. Whether you have been sent along to the client, it is a requirement by Section 24 to report those incidents. When we are talking of an incident is something that if it is not controlled, it can cause what? Danger. So it means that as soon as you find that, okay, we are going to drill here, but when we are going to drill, there are some electrical pipes in. It means that you can cause electrical hazard. So definitely you have to report it. Because if you continue without reporting because they told you to drill there, you are now liable because you failed to report an incident. Even near misses must be reported. The reason why we report incidents is that we need to make sure that we investigate those incidents. When they are investigated, we will identify the root cause of such incident so that we can now deal with the analysis of those root causes so that we can have a recommendation which assists us in avoiding reoccurrence of the same incident. Are you getting what I mean? So that is why under Section 24 we have forms like WCL1, WCL2 forms, WCL3, WCL4, WCL5 for reporting incidents. And now when an incident occurs which can lead to disablement or someone not to be at work for the period of 14 days or a death, then we need to summon the Department of Labor, which means we have to report within what? 24 hours. An investigation will be carried out within 7 days of an incident. Those are the requirements of the law. So if, let's say, for example, now there is an incident reported, are you getting it? Then there was no investigation within 7 days. It means that you are not complying with the what? With the regulations or with the sections of the Act. So compliance means adhering to the requirements of the Act. Then when we comply with the Act, definitely I'm telling you, our company will not be exposed to any risks and hazards. But if you see ourselves not complying, then we are exposed. So if we look at Section 37, Section 37.1 and 37.2 is mandatories. So mandatories is a what we call a legal document in terms of agreements. It might happen you can work as a contractor. I can get my work here at Jericho. You now, I have to send you here at Jericho to do your inspections and whatever. You are a contractor. So there must be an agreement which stipulates who is responsible to do what. So that is why you find that the client will ask for your safety file. The reason being that they want to see, do you have first aiders in case incident happens while you are working outside there? Are you trained on working at heights if they see that you're going to use some bladders? Do you have risk assessors? Do you have incident investigators if an incident happens? Who's going to investigate? What are the procedures that you have when you are doing such work? What are the safety procedures that you are going to do? How are you going to emphasize and monitor these procedures if they are followed? All those things will be explained in your safety file. That is why agreements will now be drafted in terms of who must do what. Then if you fail to do what you have agreed to do as per agreement of mandatories, then you can be legally liable for that. Then section 38, that's where we drift this what we call the penalties. So penalties are payable by employees, they are payable by the employers. That is why you now have been sent for training. The reason being that you have to be introduced to the legislation, you have to understand what you have to do